Hi students, myself Tanmoy Dotto, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, JS College of Engineering, Kolani. Today we will discuss about the ozone layer depletion. You know that ozone layer is very important for the earth. Okay, so how, but the present scenario is not good. So how the ozone layer that the breakdown of ozone occur gradually. So today we'll discuss all these things. So first of all, what is the ozone? So as you know that ozone, generally the formula of the ozone is O3. Okay, so this is the O3, and ozone is highly reactive. Okay, highly reactive means it's the one form of oxygen, obviously. So ozone is highly corrosive and toxic, and it is used as the disinfectant. Okay, so this is the property of the ozone, that we use it as a disinfectant. Unlike oxygen molecule, which is colorless and odorless, ozone has a pungent odor and blue color. Okay, like oxygen has no color, all of you know very well, it has no odor, but ozone has the pungent color and the blue pungent odor and the blue color. Ozone exists within both a tropospheric and the stratospheric zone of the atmosphere. You know, there are various segments of the atmosphere. I'll show you in the diagram that what are the segments, but ozone normally exists within troposphere, both troposphere and the stratospheric zone of the atmosphere. And ozone near the earth surface in the troposphere is an air pollutant and considered bad ozone. So there is a twist. Okay, so that means there is a bad ozone also present there. Bad ozone means which is responsible for the air pollution. So the ozone near earth surface in the troposphere, okay, troposphere exists in the near earth surface. So which ozone present in the earth surface, near the earth surface, okay, this is called actually bad ozone, and it actually produce it causes the asthma and causes the other respiratory and the associated health problems. Okay, so ozone in the stratosphere protects, it is very important. Okay, but which ozone is present in the stratosphere, this ozone protects the living organism in earth from the harmful UV radiation. This acts like a umbrella. Okay, umbrella of the earth. Okay, it protects the earth lives from the dangerous UV rays or different kinds of cosmic rays which coming from the universe. Okay, so it is that's why it is considered as the good ozone. Okay, so you have to keep in mind also that ozone, there are two types of ozone also present. First ozone that is the bad ozone, and the another type is the good ozone. Okay, so in this way ozone is also classified. Now come to the point that how ozone is actually generated. There are different steps are there by this cycle. You can check the cycle, that you can understand that how ozone is formed. I will show you the most simple process, simple reaction process, by which you can understand simply how ozone is generated. So you know that ozone normally it is produced from when oxygen react with, like oxygen present, when oxygen react with the oxygen another O atom. Okay, so nascent oxygen, the O atom, so then it produce the O3. Okay, so here is the a few steps are there. Okay, so by which you can understand that how it is produced. So look here, the first step here, that it is normally to produce for the generation of the ozone, that take a regular oxygen molecule, what it told you, and then the oxygen molecule are split by ultraviolet to create the two single oxygen atom, what it told you, that it is responsible for the generation of this kind of nascent oxygen. And then what you have to do, the step 3, then the single oxygen atom, that the single oxygen atom is added to the oxygen to form the ozone actually, and when the third atom is very powerful considering to production of the ozone. So in this way you can generate the ozone is generated generally. Okay, it is the way by which ozone can be formed by this type of reaction. Okay, so now what is the ozone layer? Ozone, what in the previous slide what we discussed, that O3, this O3 is the compound. Okay, this is the ozone, but ozone layer is a different thing. Okay, so ozone layer, what is the ozone layer? Ozone layer is a region of the upper atmosphere between about 15 to 30 kilometers in the altitude, on containing a relatively high concentration of ozone that absorbs solar ultraviolet radiation in a wavelength range not screened by other atmospheric components, also called ozonosphere. So this is the ozonosphere, and this is very very important because this acts like a filter. Actually it is the filter of the earth. Okay, because some kinds of radiation which are very very harmful, this is the by the very beautiful way that is created actually in the earth atmosphere, that which are the very bad radiation that ozone layer protects this kind of radiation to enter the earth, but which is good. So that kind of radiation can easily pass through the ozone layer. Okay, so in this way ozone layer acts like a umbrella or like a guard for the earth. So if by any reason ozone layer is destroyed or some damage occur in the ozone layer, this will be very problem, very dangerous problem will be generated, because some kinds of UV radiation can enter through this hole. This is called the ozone hole. Okay, so that's why we have to think about this. Now it is the position of the altitude or the ozone layer. So look here, that ozone layer present in this way. This is the red mark sign. So from at the near atmosphere, this is the first of all troposphere, then stratosphere, as you know. Then what I told you, there are the different segments of the earth surface, then thermosphere, then exosphere, in this way. So where the ozone layer exists, it is approximately in this region. Okay, this is the ozone layer. Okay, so this layer acts like a filter or the umbrella of the earth. So now how ozone layer generally formed? So look here, that in presence of it is the natural process. What I told you, it is total natural process. So so in this time, look here, that oxygen molecules, naturally what oxygen molecule present. So oxygen molecule in presence of ultraviolet rays, it produce oxygen, atomic oxygen. Okay, two atomic oxygen it produce. Okay, generally. So now these two atomic oxygen, any atomic oxygen, when it reacts with oxygen molecule, it produce the ozone. Clear? So that means in presence of ultraviolet radiation, it react with oxygen molecule, then it break down into the two atoms. Then these two atoms, when one atom react with oxygen molecule, then it produce the ozone. Okay, in this way naturally ozone is generated. But you have to keep in mind that ultraviolet, without the ultraviolet rays, it is not possible that ozone will be generated, or O3 will be generated. So there is an important role of the ultraviolet rays. Okay, and as you know that the ozone layer was discovered in the year of first in the year of 1913 by the French physicist Dr. Febvre and the Henry Buisson. Okay, so these two scientists first they discovered the existence of the ozone layer, and in the year of 1913. Okay. Now what I told you, that this like a natural protection. Okay, so this is the ozone layer. So what UV rays is coming, they again they cannot enter to the earth surface, they come to the universe, but again, or the solar system, then again they go back to the by the ozone layer. Okay, so that's why it like a umbrella, natural protection. Okay, like what umbrella shapes us like from the water. Okay, so here also this ozone layer actually saves us like the from entering the dangerous UV rays. So this is called the natural protection which is created by the nature. So total the ozone hole. Okay, so the what is the ozone hole actually? So ozone hole means it is the diminishing ozone layer occurs when the natural balance between the production and the destruction of stratospheric ozone is titled in the favor of destruction. Although natural phenomena can cause the temporary ozone loss, chlorine and bromine released from man-made compounds such as CFC, I will give you detailed idea about the CFC, are now accepted as the main cause of this depletion. There are some kinds of natural process also there by which ozone layer depletion occur possible, but the main reason or the major reason of the depletion of the ozone layer is the chlorine and bromine, which is released by the different types of humans activity. For example, CFC, chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, so chlorofluorocarbon approximately 80% are responsible for the destruction of the ozone layer or for the formation of the ozone hole. Okay, so this type of if we do not stop this type of humans activity by which there is a chance of the generation or the formation of the ozone hole, then it is not possible. After certain years, it is not possible in the earth to live for the human being, because there is a huge damage occur, possibilities are there by the UV rays. Okay, so this is the year by year report of the generation of the ozone holes. Normally this is the ozone hole. Look here, in the year of 1979 approximately there's nothing is shown, but in the year of, look here, 1985 there is a clear ozone hole. Okay, but in the year of 2006 there is a weak ozone hole. So gradually the hole is increased. Okay, so if the hole is increased in this way, then it tells us that the situation is not good. We have to think about more and more such that we can protect the ozone hole, because if we do not protect the ozone layer, if we protect the ozone layer, if we do not protect, then obviously there will be no protection for the earth or for the animal world. Okay, so that's why we have to think a lot how to control the formation of the ozone hole. So this is the present situation, present scenario. What I told you, that this image shows actually the ozone levels over Antarctica at 24th July 2018. The blue region signify less ozone. Obviously the blue regions signify the less ozone, and while the green and the red areas show higher ozone layer. Okay, so this color actually, where the blue region signify the less ozone, that means this region actually signify the less region, where the green and red areas show higher ozone presence. So green and red approximately there, but there are some regions are there where you can see the blue region. So that's why you can consider that the situation is not good. We have to control the generation of such chlorine or bromine or like that, which are mainly responsible for the destruction of the ozone layer. So what are the causes? Now come to the point that how the damage of the ozone layer occur, or what factors are mainly responsible for the destruction of the ozone layer. So first of all, there are some natural causes also there, though this is not very much effective, but their presence. Okay, so like sunspots. Okay, this is the one of the reason, like the stratospheric winds also responsible for these kinds of generation of the ozone hole. But then the main reason for the generation of the ozone hole or ozone layer depletion, first of all, chlorofluorocarbon. So this is 80% responsible. Think, only CFC is responsible 80% for the generation of the ozone hole. Methyl chloroform, hydrochlorofluorocarbons, okay, carbon tetrachloride, etc. So these all the compounds are responsible, but 80% responsible is the chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, so that's why now I'll show you that how chlorofluorocarbon damage the ozone layer by a chain reaction. Chain reaction means, look here, that if somehow one CFC reach to the or one chlorine free radical reach to the ozone layer, then it gradually continue the reaction. The reaction will be never stopped. So this is a dangerous thing. Okay, just check the reaction I am showing you, then you will understand it clear. Okay, so in the first step, look there, that what is the formula of chlorofluorocarbon. This is the CFCl3. You have to keep in mind CFCl3, it is the formula of the chlorofluorocarbon. Okay, CFCl3. Now if one CFCl3 will reach to the in this region, then what happen, it is breakdown in presence of UV rays. Okay, so what is the reaction? The reaction is that this reaction is very, very important for your exam purpose also. So just look the reaction carefully. So first of all, in presence of UV rays, okay, in presence of UV rays, so what happened, it produce here FCCl2 plus Cl. That means one Cl free radical is produced. This is the main important thing here. One Cl free radical is produced here. Now this Cl free radical, again this Cl free radical, it react with ozone, then what is produced, then ClO plus O2. Okay, now from this ClO, so this ClO again, when it reacts with O3, so it produce again Cl free radical and oxygen. So now think about that, anyhow if one CFC chlorofluorocarbon reach to the ozone layer, then in the reaction what happened, the 2O3 molecule break down to the oxygen, and in the same time again one Cl free radical will be generated, okay, as a product. This is very dangerous thing. That means if any reactant is produced in the product as a product, then the reaction continue, because this Cl again start the reaction in this way. So for each and every step, look here, interesting point is that each and every step their ozone molecules are break down or it is converted to the oxygen, and in the same time the Cl free radical, which is very much dangerous, the Cl free radical again it is produced as a product and it continue the reaction. So the reaction will never be completed, the reaction will continue in that, and it is called the chain reaction. Okay, so this is the main problem, that if a CFC molecule will reach by with the time more and more, obviously the reaction will first more and more, but it is very dangerous in this way, because this continue the reaction by itself. Okay, so in this way ozone layer gradually the depletion of the ozone layer. So what I told you that with CFC there are some other chemicals also present, that halogens. CFC normally used as a refrigeration, you know that there are so many utilization also. Nowadays it is restricted, but majorly it was used in the refrigeration purpose. Okay, there are some uses also there, that food containers and the insulated materials or plastic foam, they are CFC majorly used. And methyl bromide, then carbon tetrachloride, methyl bromide, then methyl chloroform and hydrogen chloride. These all are responsible for the generation of the for the breakdown of the ozone layer or the generation of the ozone hole. Mainly you have to keep in mind that either any bromine free radical or the chlorine free radical reach to the ozone layer, this become very, very dangerous. Okay, so these all the compounds produce either chlorine free radical or the bromine free radical. That's why these compounds are considered as the dangerous for the ozone layer. So this is the percentage that from where this CFC or the compounds are produced. These examples. Look here, that for the refrigeration purpose is the major, their CFC is generally used, and all other compounds majorly used from this type of containers or like that. And what I told you, source of CFC, like cleaning agents, their refrigeration, packing materials, air conditioners, spray and spray cans and aerosols also, they are majorly CFC used. Okay, so this is the way what I discussed with you. It is in the way you can keep in mind by that how CFC destroy the ozone layer, or how it produce or generate the ozone hole. Now come to the point, the most important point, that what is the impact of the ozone depletion. So first of all, I told you that that UV rays are very very dangerous for our skin. So that's why nowadays when the doctor generally it is told by the doctor that when we go to the open air, okay, then what happen, that open in open place, that we have to cover, mainly in the summertime we have to cover our skin such that direct sunlight do not touch our skin. So what is the reason of this? Because our protection, our guard, or our actually umbrella of the earth, that ozone layer, there is gradually the holes are produced. So that's why through that hole some dangerous rays come to the environment, and if or come to the atmosphere, come to the earth. If this ray or in contact with our skin, come in contact with our skin, there is a huge chance of the different kinds of skin disease. Okay, so another is the it disturbs the plant life cycles. This is also important. Okay, so this is another important, that plants are also there, because UV rays also very much important or very much effective for the plant life also. Okay, so these dangerous rays are very very damage badly the plants. Not only plants, look here, the destruction of the marine life. Okay, so you know that marine lives are also affected by this kind of UV or the dangerous cosmic rays. Okay, so that means that if the effects are very very the huge effect on the environment or the atmosphere or the human life or the plant life. Okay, so we have to keep in mind all these points. Human health, what I told you, that that the major cause of the skin cancer and premature aging of the skin and other skin problems are there. Okay, other such kind of problems regarding eye also, such kind of immune system suppression also occur due to different kinds of dangerous rays which are coming from the universe. Then effects of the plants, what I told you, that different kinds of effects are also there on the plants. Okay, marine ecosystem, what I told you, UVB can penetrate clear water up to a depth of 20 meters. There is a recent evidence that exposure to enhanced UVB is harmful to phytoplankton, plankton, and the larvae of fish and the shrimps. Even marine animals can get affected negatively by it, which can be only stopped by ozone layer. So this is very important point, that marine lives are badly affected by the ozone layer depletion. So in domestic animals, UV overexposure may cause eye and skin cancer, what he told you. And the materials, there is another effect. Okay, so wood, plastic, rubber, fabrics, and many construction materials are degraded by the UV radiation. Okay, so not only animal and plant life, actually there are some materials are also affected by the UV radiation. Okay, like wood, plastic, rubber, fabrics, these kind of materials are also affected by the UV radiation. So this is very dangerous. The economic impact of replacing and or protecting the materials could be significant. This is very important. If it is damaged, then there's an economic effect I come to us actually. So this may be another effect. So earth without ozone is like a house without a roof. So you have to keep in mind this quotes a very these points or this note is very meaningful. Okay, that earth without ozone is like a house without roof. So if the house has no roof, then how it is possible to survive in this particular house? So we have to protect the ozone. So save the ozone layer. So how we can prevent the ozone layer depletion? So first of all we have to use the unleaded gasoline in the vehicle. Okay, so this is the important point, that where there's no unleaded gasoline we have to use. Equip vehicles with catalytic converter. This is very important nowadays. There are some vehicles also there where catalytic converter are used, which actually purify the gas which is coming from the vehicle. Avoid smoking. Replace CFC with HCFC. Okay, this is very important, and this actually nowadays it is used actually CFC in the place of CFC. The HCFC are used. And then enforcement of the Montreal Protocol. There is a different thing which we already discussed in another class. Gain a better overall understanding on just how ozone depletion is affecting our planet. This is the general point which we have to keep in mind. Each and every individual should know that what is the point, or what is the beneficial side of the ozone layer to protect the earth. Okay, so in this way we have to protect, or actually we have to think more and more that how we can protect the ozone layer. Okay, so that's all for today. And I think this topic is very important and interesting also. So it is not only important for your exam purpose, but I told you in each and every class for environmental science, this is not only for your exam purpose or to get some marks in the exam. It is important for each and every individual for their daily life. Okay, what your understanding, your proper knowledge, you're very important. Okay, so and you have to note down all the reactions also, that how ozone layer is formed, or how CFC damage the ozone layer, and if one Cl free radical or the bromine free radical is very much dangerous to continue the chain reaction. These all the things are very important. And also what are the adverse effect of the ozone layer depletion, and what are the solution, how we can control the generation of the ozone hole. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for attending my class. Goodbye. Take care.